Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar. Welcome to Soul Connections and Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
We were talking about respect, and he says here, perhaps the most common mistake in all our relationships is to expect respect. We might think it's the least we should get from other. We might think at least this much, at least just, if not anything else, at least respect. We might think it's the least we should get from the other, and yet we all know that not everyone is capable of extending respect and regard all the time for a variety of personal reasons known only to them. Last line, very interesting. Sometimes we may even notice ourselves not respecting another for our own inner reasons. Say, when my parents, I said that I have only 10% anger, and the rest 90% I got so much of love, and I still remember the pain. So you said when you are in pain, you can't love, you can't respect.
Actually, that is what this paragraph says it so beautifully, is that we may expect respect, but we don't realize that the other person
has his own personal reasons.
Exactly, and that's what we've been talking in this program. Try to get into the mind of the other person to see the reason for why they are behaving the way they are behaving. And once we understand that, then, like we said earlier, we know that they're emotionally disturbed. And once we can get into the mind of the other person, that is, see them from their perspective, we understand they're carrying some kind of pain. So it's easy to accept them, even if they're not behaving the way we want them to behave. And it says it so beautifully here that the least that we expect in a relationship is respect. And yet, if you really look at it deeply, it's probably the toughest thing that we can give to each other. Not because of the other person, but because of our own complexes.
It says, huh?
It says that.
Our own inner reasons.
Our own inner reasons.
And the other person's reasons known to him.
Yeah, it's like while you were reading it out, I was just thinking that first and foremost, before understanding spiritual perspectives, I wouldn't have known what's the meaning of giving respect to someone. And so it was the most casually used word. And we thought we were respecting almost everybody.
By bowing down, doing a nice namaskar, and asking him, how are you? Fine, from childhood.
Yeah. And we really thought respect was easy. We respect everyone. We respect the world. We respect nature. We respect everything and everyone. That's what we thought. And now that we understand that respect means no judgment about anyone, no criticism, no blaming, no controlling. And then when I sat down to check how many people are there in the world whom I don't blame, don't control or try to control, and don't criticize, and I'm not judgmental about them, I had no one on my list. Not even myself. So actually no self-respect and no respect for anyone else. And the reason for that is because of some inhibitions of ours.
You mean to say if I pass judgment, I don't respect you?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I criticize?
Yes. Respect means complete acceptance, irrespective of if they say or do anything which I don't think is right. See, we would normally respect each other up to a certain point, till suddenly the other person does something which doesn't fit into my parameters of what is right. And at that time, we've lost respect. When I do something or say something which according to you is not right, then your mind starts creating a different quality of energy.
Then I'll say, out of respect, I kept quiet.
You kept quiet, but the respect had vanished. When you started creating, see, it's very, we make it difficult, but actually it's very simple. And that's why this paragraph so beautifully teaches us that it is hardly ever that we are respecting someone. Because respect means I am constantly creating the right energy for you, irrespective. Let's say now you're sitting here, talking, meeting, being here the whole day, working together. Okay? I see so many things in the way you're speaking or behaving. But the minute I see something which starts creating something here, they shouldn't have said this, they should have said this. Is this the way? This is not the way to behave. Don't. This.
I never created anything in my mind for you.
So
I've been shooting with you from so many days.
So that's respect. That is respect. But the minute that quality of energy changes, the respect is gone. This is what it is. As long as we are able to accept people, which doesn't mean the other person is going to be perfect, and which also means we can't wait for them to be perfect, and then we will respect them.
What if you see that, for example, you've come late? So I just see my watch and I just feel that you've come late. So is that called a criticizing or passing judgment?
It's okay. I accept you have come late. You must be having some reason for it. The other thought is, don't they know what was the time to come? This is being quite unprofessional. Is this the way to work here? Is this how these people work? They just don't know the right way of working.
Gone's
the respect.
Even if it is a fact that you are late, and I feel that you're late.
Yes, I'm late, but I could have had a reason for it.
Come on, I'm not asking you anything.
You're not asking, but you have to understand me. That is respect.
But this is not judgment. I just
this
know that you've come late.
Your energy, yeah. If it stops at, yes, you are late.
That's
full
all.
Stop.
Why it's not a problem?
Not why. They shouldn't have come late. I have been waiting here. Is this the way they value other people's time? Is this the way they're talking about being spiritual? They don't even value time. And if this conversation
this
starts...
is not, it's very difficult, sister.
That is why your paragraph showed us that just now, that it is very difficult to give
and
respect.
then they say that that is the foundation of relationship.
Exactly, and that's why
relationship. So you mean to say there is no relationship?
There is a relationship which has conflict because it doesn't have respect. Let's try only for one day. It's not so difficult. We have to try only for one day, watching other people behave, speak, doing what they want, and not create a running commentary here which is judgmental. It's not difficult. When we are able to separate them from what they are doing. In the last episode, you shared with us, criminal, but given the energy of respect, created magic. What had to be done for that? Separate what they have done from them. The act
Their
and
history,
the person.
Past history.
The act and the person needs to be separated.
Their past history was forgotten.
Past history
and
was
they
forgotten.
were treated as customers.
Similar. I have come late. This is the act. But when you attach the act to me, it's no more about you have come late. It's about you have done wrong. And third line is you are bad. Gone the respect. This is how it works. The mind will work very fast.
Tell me one thing, in husband and wife, the moments if I pass judgment about my wife or the wife passes about me, there's no respect.
See, let's keep the word aside, respect. Because it's very difficult to accept that we are hardly respecting each other, whereas we kept claiming that we are really respecting each other. So let's keep the word aside.
But if I don't like something, fine, I can tell. Na?
Yes, you can tell.
So?
But one is you can say, you know what? I don't think this could be done like this, it could be done like this.
But
and second,
see, after 10, 20 years, you can also say, what the hell are you doing here? Why did you do this? I don't like it.
That's also fine. I don't like this.
You can't keep on and on and on thinking and be so much aware, so you'll go crazy.
It's not about aware. It's just about accepting that this is their way of doing it. They are comfortable like this. Why am I trying to change them? And second, why am I expecting that they should be doing things the way I think is right? Why? Because my state of mind is only stable when you do things the way I think is right. You are punctual, so you come at 9 o'clock in the morning. And your way of doing things is that I should also be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. If I do, your mind is stable. Now, if I get late by half an hour, your mind gets disturbed because your mind has not been trained to remain stable if someone has not done things which we like. So, and when it gets disturbed and it creates these kind of thoughts, you're sending me all that energy. And then there is negative energy between two souls. Then we can keep saying we respect you and we love you and we accept you and whole long list. This is checking, and this is real checking with everyone. Try only in one relationship one day. Only any one relationship.
What?
What is the quality of energy I create when I see them doing something which according to me is not right? And can I put a full stop to any kind of... One is saying, you know what, I don't like this way. That's all. But expectation, that's why respect and expectation so deeply connected. Expectation is that you should do things the way I think is right, and my happiness is dependent on you doing it the way I think is right. And that's why gone is the respect. And that's why foundation of relationship is weak. It shakes over the smallest situation that happens in a house. There was this one brother who called us up, and he just called up and he was a little upset, and he says, my son is in the 10th standard and he's just got into a relationship with a girl. And I was listening to him and I said, yes, I understand, it's okay, it's happening these days. And he said, he was such a wonderful boy.
He was?
Yeah. I had given him such good sanskars. He was so obedient. Just went on 5 times. And all the 5 sentences was, he was. He was. He made it a point. He was. And which meant that till now, he was in my control. Actually, that meant that. And today, he has gone and done something which doesn't fit into my list of right. So my thought process has changed to, he was a nice boy. Gone is the respect. This is what has happened. Just as he did something which is not right according to me, and my energy of being judgmental has created, my respect vanished. It seems difficult, but actually it's not. It's just a little practice that has to start. A little checking. Check it only with one soul. And if I can do it with one, I can do it with anyone. And which only means, in a very subtle way, let me stop trying to control, blame them for how I feel, and criticize them, accept them. And like your beautiful paragraph said, they have a reason for what they are doing. And when I have a reason, like I'm in pain or fear or insecure, I also become judgmental about other people, and that time even I am not respecting them. So one, not to get disturbed when people are not respecting me, they are going through something, and then to analyze when I am not respecting someone and to work on myself and not make it a commodity which has to be exchanged in proportion. It's something that we can do, and for that it becomes very easy if we work on our expectations. We always thought it's natural to expect.
Why not?
And then what does it mean to expect? Suppose I was to come here in the morning, like you said, on time. So you expect that I will be here on time, right?
I expect that the cameraman will bring his tapes and his battery along with his camera.
Yeah.
So what
So
is the expectation?
Expectation. So
Yeah.
you expect that the work will be done in a particular way.
Professionally.
Professionally.
Yeah.
Definition of professional, of course, varies from person to person, but you expect that it would be done the way you think is professional.
There are
One.
certain things which are common everywhere. No?
Absolutely. But the second part of the equation is, I am happy when they meet my expectations. First part of the equation is okay.
Okay.
I expect them to do this because it's a little challenging to be with people without expectations because we haven't done them for a very long time and we think it's very natural. So one. But second part of the equation is my happiness is dependent on you meeting my expectations, right? And so if they do not do things according to what I had expected.
Yeah, if the flight goes late, I did not expect that.
Yeah. And then my mind
Gets angry.
gets disturbed. How many people in the world or people in our close circle of relationships are going to do things exactly every time, every day, the way we expect?
Well, I can just say that they are not like they're not airlines.
And forget them, how many people would we like to keep on meeting their expectations and do exactly the way they want us to be?
Almost everyone.
Would you like to be according to what everybody wants you to be?
No, I'd like to be what I am.
Exactly, and so does everybody else. They like to be what they are. They don't like to be controlled by someone else. So to set expectations is I control you. And second, my happiness is dependent on you being in my control. So where's respect? And this, I write a destiny of pain for myself the more I set expectations from people. Let's expect. If we can't give it up, easier is to accept, but if we can't, so expect. But don't keep our happiness dependent on it. The other option
That
would
is very comfortable.
be comfortable.
Expect, but don't keep your happiness if it doesn't on that.
It's
I
totally-
expect this, and if it doesn't happen, I will not be
Absolutely.
unhappy.
It's like a parent expecting from a child. It's like a husband expecting from a wife or vice versa. I expect you'll do very well in the exams this time. I'm sure you will. But if you don't, I will not get upset. That is very important. So, I expect this from you for your good, not for my happiness.
Give me a minute.
Sure.
I have something here. Something what is speaking. When you expect the best of your child or your employee or your partner, you have created a positive and elevated vision of them. Like you use the word picture,
Image.
painting, which they can sense coming from you. And when they see that you don't become unhappy and upset when they don't get there exactly when or in the way you expected, they still feel your support, they still feel your encouragement, they are still empowered by your authentic care about them. You cease to transmit to them that they are responsible for your happiness. Word to word, my God. You cease to transmit to them that they are responsible for your happiness. They cease to feel the pressure of another's expectations. They are no longer disempowered by your narrow concern for your own happiness. They no longer fear your emotional reaction if they don't reach the stars exactly on time.
On time decided by us.
No, we usually say that my child is going to school, college, examination, reach the stars, and
So beautiful, it puts everything in the right perspective.
it's just like expecting your child getting great marks in his or her examinations, and you're expecting the stars, and you don't get it. So fine.
It's like, yeah, for a small thing like exams to some very big things in life. It's so beautifully said that when you set an expectation, you are creating an empowering vision. You know, sometimes a child or a friend cannot create that empowering vision for themselves. Suppose the parent feels the potential of the child is to get an A grade, but the child doesn't feel that the child can do it. So when the parent creates this vision that yes, you can create an A grade, I expect you to create an A grade means I can see it that you can create an A grade. Now this is sending vibrations of
Expectation.
Power.
Okay.
It's like motivating somebody. But along with that, there is no pressure that if you don't, then I will be unhappy.
And my happiness depends only if you can do that.
Exactly. This pressure, it's like, what parents do, set an empowering vision for their children. But along with that, they disempower them by making it a pressure. Of course, I expect you can do this. I'm sure you'll do this. I know you will do this. But at the same time, the subtle pressure is, if you don't, I'll be unhappy because my happiness depends on you. So then it's no longer care, it becomes a pressure. And that then, instead of empowering, will disempower. So let's be very careful. One, try not to set expectations. Try to empower. But if we set expectations, let's not have our state of mind dependent on them, which means expect, but then accept the result. You expect that I should be on time, but then if I come half an hour late, please accept, and then don't get disturbed. Then the energy remains intact.
I like this line, especially for children. Supposing you expect something from a child, fine. If it doesn't happen, okay.
Because then it's like it said so beautifully, if you accept irrespective of the result, then your care is constant. See, otherwise the care gets replaced by hurt.
No, it says, then your child still feels that your encouragement is there and your support is there.
Absolutely.
That means if you don't get this, my support is not there.
This is what happens.
If you get
withdrawal
it,
of
I'm
respect.
supporting you.
This is withdrawal of respect.
As long as you do this, I support you. And the moment you fail, as it is, he's under pressure.
Absolutely.
And then I just take the support away.
Right.
Then he'll fall down.
This is conditional, no? This is how it becomes conditional. I respect you, I love you, I support you, I empower you till you do it like this.
Otherwise?
Otherwise, I withdraw because I get hurt, feel very let down. You know how many parents use this sentence for the children? I have been let down by you. You have let me down. What kind of pressure is this on the other person? As it is, the other person is in guilt for not having achieved what they wanted to do. On top of that, the pressure of the other people's unhappiness. How will they come out of it? So instead of saying, I'm with you, it's okay, you'll be able to do it, we say, you've let me down.
For small things, sister, like someone's child doesn't want to do the same business as his father's is, he wants to do something else, they say he's let me down. How can they say that? For everything they call it let me down, he cheated me.
This business thing that you're saying is still a big thing. I'm telling you, in small things, seen in parent-teacher meetings that they have in school, and the teachers, when the parents come to meet them to find out about the performance of the child. And if the teacher complains about the child, I've seen parents coming out of the class and telling the child, you have let me down.
Why?
This is not the sanskars that I gave you. Because the teacher complained about the child to the parent. So, criticism, other parents listening, so my ego, social pressure, and my state of mind gets disturbed, and my immediate reaction to the child is, you have let me down.
What will the world say?
It doesn't take much for us to come down. But when we come down, we have someone to point the finger and say, you have let me down. But actually not anyone else. I have pulled myself down because I put my state of mind dependent on you performing the way I want you to do. And then I withdraw my respect. That's why it's conditional.
But why is it there? Why is it so strong in a human being?
It's only because we're not taking care of our state of mind. That is why meditation helps. You know, everything that we've been discussing, I've seen it gets intertwined and connected only with one thing. If my state of mind comes into my control, doesn't get affected and disturbed by things around me, then it's respect, love, acceptance, trust, everything flows. It's all one packet.
So they say as long as things are going right?
Yeah.
It is respect.
But as long as things are going right here, it is respect. So it's not about right outside. Because things right outside will never ever happen. Because right outside is according to me. That will never happen. The world will not move according to me. There's only one world which can go according to me. So let's keep things right there. Then there's respect in every relationship.
So whether it's 10 episodes, 20 episodes, 30 episodes, finally you come back again to things right here in my own mind.
Which makes things so simple. I have to take care of only one thing instead of taking care of so many things and so many people.
So finally, you mean to say I am responsible for everything, for my anger, for my unhappiness, for my letting
Myself down.
letting myself down. So finally, I come again back after so many episodes with you. Finally, it is me who's responsible for everything on earth.
But this makes me feel very powerful. That everything is in my control. Now it's only up to me how much I'm ready to work on myself.
Even if you come late,
Even if I come late.
I am responsible.
Yes. If I come late, I'm responsible for how I feel, and you are responsible for how you feel. And then if you get angry, I'm still responsible for how I feel after
Sister,
that.
you should have been a lawyer.
Let's meditate.
Yes, thank you.
Let's sit back and look at ourselves. Number of expectations from everyone around me. I wanted them to be and do what I think is right. I always wanted the world to be according to my control. A new way of thinking. I can choose what I think is right. But I also choose to accept the result irrespective. I expect and empower them, but remain stable if my expectations are not fulfilled. My expectations are for empowering them, not pressurizing them. Irrespective of what they do and how they behave, my respect remains constant, unconditional, because I respect the soul. I may not approve of the act, the words, but my respect for the soul remains constant. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Rajyoga Meditation Center, call us on 099 99 744 555.
Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. ये ध्वनि मंगल ध्वनि है. Om Shanti Om. This